Hi everyone, Mukul here from Board Infinity. Students, so video and audio is just started. Students were asking question in the chat session that they're not able to see anything. We have just started. I'm just waiting if we have more candidates to join. Today I have Ms. Shoma with me, who is a Dean at Board Infinity. I also have Mr. Nanda with me as well. Shoma ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. This is
Yes.
audio check. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Students, are you able to hear as well? You
You can
can,
just message on the chat box.
yes, ma'am.
Great. Great. Please check connectivity at your end and we should be all ready to start. Video will be available, Amar. As I said, the coach will be sharing the video with you. Okay, so just hold on till the session starts. Mukul, should we give them 1 minute before we start? Please check the connectivities at your end because sometimes that's the problem as far as we can hear. Also, a request to keep all your videos off. I can see some lovely pictures of all of y'all, and I'm so glad to have you as part of the community. But at the moment, we want all of you to mute yourself as well as put your video feed off. I'm repeating, please do not unmute yourself and please keep the video feed off. Jayant, could you put your video feed off, please? Harsh, could you put your video feed off at the moment? Same goes with Roshan. Can you all hear me? Yeah, I think Rudra is having a good laugh. So to begin with, request is that everyone puts their video feed off. Thank you so much. Jayant, could you do the same, please? As well as please do not unmute yourself. Okay. So let me take this time as everyone joins in to extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And I can see some lovely interested faces, which is excellent. But could you please put your video feed on for the moment? You will notice that this all helps us in the long run in terms of ensuring that the coach is able to communicate with you properly. Okay, so those who are yeah, I'm glad. Harsh, Jayant, could you please follow the instructions, please? Thank you so much. Vivek, could you put your video feed off? Great. Thank you so much. So like I was saying, a very warm welcome to each one of you. We are really happy to have you as part of this ever-growing community of learners that we have at Board Infinity. We all know that these are real difficult times, but we also know that knowledge is an immense source of power. And to get it in the confines of your home, where most of you are now restricted to at the moment, and in the most affordable way, can be a great source of comfort, right? And we at Board Infinity have taken this onto us as a mission. So helping you move your focus from Corona to Padhona or Badhona. For those who have a little difficulty with Hindi, it is about to study and to lead or to move ahead. So we are determined to give you a great learning experience. But for this, understand that we need your continuous cooperation as well as support. We have a team which is rich in experience in education and technology, and experience has shown us that learning happens best when it's a partnership between the learner, that is the student, and the teacher. And we're looking for a great partnership moving ahead. We at Board Infinity have laid out systems for sessions, for assessments, and for proper communication. So, as special learners, we would like to make an earnest request right at the start for discipline in the sessions and assessments and for maintaining communication through proper channels in order to help you in the best possible manner. Our mission at Board Infinity is to personalize your learning journey, help you realize true potential, and meet your career dreams, as we put it. We have an excellent team of expert coaches with us who will take you through the various modules that we have outlined for you. Pay good attention, and unless needed otherwise, we would request you to reserve your questions till the end of the session so that the flow is maintained smoothly. Also, like I've said, kindly put the videos off at your end and do not unmute yourself because that we have seen creates a lot of disturbance depending on the kind of environment you're in. So we have seen that it works best when we keep ourselves muted as well as we keep the videos off. Of course, the coach will be sharing the presentation and will take you through the entire learning experience. Uh, your, please feel free after every session to give your honest feedback and kindly spread the learning across because we would like to touch the lives of as many people as possible. The program managers who have been in touch with you will continue to be in touch with you and feel free to reach out to them for any help that you require. Okay, I repeat, feedback will also be, form would be shared at the end of the session. Kindly give your feedback, pass the word around. I will now hand over the stage to the operations head who will explain you the mechanics of the platform and some other operational issues which you need to know about. Over to you, Mukul.
Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible. So Mayank has asked one query. We'll get the certificate at the end of the session. So end of the whole program, you will get a certificate. As Shoma ma'am has rightly said, I request everyone to put the queries at the end, especially the queries which are not relevant to the topic that we are discussing, right?
But yes, I will acknowledge Priya Ranjan's suggestion to share this with Modi ji for the next Man Ki Baat. So, Corona se ghar se padho na.
Yes, this seems to be an interesting idea, ma'am.
Great.
Yeah. So quickly, I'll run through the Board Infinity platform, so you guys are able to access the videos and join the future sessions as well. For the next upcoming sessions, we will have alternative day classes. A detailed schedule is available on Board Infinity platform. I'll just share my screen and show it to you guys. So I hope everyone is able to reach this particular part of the platform. When you log into boardinfinity.com, you go to the right topmost corner, log in yourself, then go to the course, web development, full stack development course. And then you go to this particular batch, which is COV 20 batch. When you come here, you will be able to see all the part of the program which is there. If you go to the My Calendar, I hope my screen and voice is audible and visible to you. So you would be able to see all across the classes and sessions which would be there. So today we have classes of the first class, fundamentals of web development. We will be learning fundamentals here of the complete program. And yeah, so here you can see all the classes, and the announcement section is also there. Or if there is any announcement, a feedback link, etc., would be available here as well. So Miss Kshitija would be your program manager. She's there in the session as well. This is a phone number. You can reach out to her if you have any query in case you're facing any issue or something like that. You can reach out to Miss Kshitija here. Okay, so the future session you would be able to join here when the next session is there. This part where I'm hovering my cursor, this would be unlocked for you. You would be able to join the next session from here. For example, today's session 20th March 6 p.m. This has been scheduled here, and you would be able to join from this particular button, right? Once the session is done, the recording of the same would be available here as well. Yeah, for tomorrow, for the next class, the same would be unlocked here, and you would be able to join the session from here as well. Yeah, so you can direct message to your program manager, Miss Kshitija, from here as well. This will open a WhatsApp link, and you would be able to talk to your program manager here as well. Yeah, so I'll go to the chat quickly. A few students have raised a couple of questions. Okay, I'm not getting any video. Harsh, just switch on your video part. My screen is made visible right now. Every student is able to see my screen. So the course would be available for unlimited time. You will have unlimited access to the course. There will not be any time limit as such for the program for to access the live classes which would be there. So once the program complete, the same video library would be available for you guys. You can learn, you can come back and revise your topics whenever you want. Okay, so I would like to introduce Mr. Nanda for today's session. He is a principal software developer in PayPal, principal architect. He would be taking up our complete program of full stack development here. Uh, Nanda sir, are you there? Nanda sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Nanda sir. So we can start with the today's class. So Manjunath is having one question. Can I ask queries in between? So Manjunath, if the query is relevant to the topic that Nanda sir is teaching, you can ask in the chat box. We'll keep an eye there. If the query is related to, let's say, when I'll find my next lecture, when will be the video available, etc., that can be asked at the end of the session. Yeah, all over to you, Nanda sir.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Nanda sir, you are audible.
Okay, fine. So let's start our session directly. So first of all, so before going to the course details and everything, let's go to what is a full stack development. So what we need to do this thing. So let's go to what is full stack development and why we need full stack development, and then how it helps in your future or career or any way. Okay. So first of all, let's see what is a full stack development. Let's go to the live examples. I'm not going to do normal things. It's like not like this. We'll go to the live example, how a application is developed and how it is going on. So simply we'll see. So if you see the websites in the current days, it may be Flipkart, it may be Facebook, it may be Amazon, it may be any website. What are the website you are seeing? Okay. So how this website is built, first of all. Okay, so how a website is built. We may be seeing couple of websites which are static websites. Just a content will be placed over there and you are just viewing the content and normally see. Those are a static websites we can do. But coming to the interactive website, nothing but where user can interact to the website and he can provide some input to the website and he can get back some output from that. Simple example, if you're going to the Flipkart, you are trying to purchase a mobile. You are giving some input saying that I need mobiles, I need TV, I need to purchase some home appliance and everything. Based on this, it is trying to give back some responses or it is giving you some view where you can able to select couple of options. Coming to Facebook, what you are doing here, you are providing your username and password over there so that you are authenticated, saying that yes, you are the right person with this username and password. After this, it is trying to show all your information, and you can able to upload your photos, upload your experience and everything, and then other users who are in connection with you, they can able to see your updates. Okay, so all this information is interactive. So you are interacting with multiple things over here, but for us, we are just interacting with a website, and that website is giving you the clear information. Okay, now, so when you are doing seeing all these websites, what you think? How those are built? Okay, till now what we are doing, we are just experience them and we are just using them. Now what we are going to do, we are going to develop, or we are going to create a website same like this. Now, okay, now coming to here. So when you are able to develop or something, so if you go to the software industry, previously when it began from 1990s or 80s, what is there? If you see in the market, you can see like I'm a Java developer, I'm a .NET developer, I'm a PHP developer, I'm a database engineer, I'm a uh, uh, test engineer, I'm a UI developer. So like this, we have multiple roles in the development. Okay, so what that means, so when a website is creating, each and everyone is playing some role in this development. Okay, so if you see the Flipkart or Facebook, what you are doing, you need to showcase some user interface to the user. That is the UI developer work. Okay, and then we have a interactions between the Flipkart or Facebook website to the database. So what is a database here? Database is nothing but where all the information is stored. So if you go to the Flipkart, there are lakhs of products in the Flipkart website. So where those are coming from? So they need to store in some place. Simple example, what we are doing, we may be having some Excel sheets to store some data, or you have some your hard disk where you can store some data, like you can store some movies, some files and everything. So you have just 1 PBR data, something data is there, so that you can access. Same like this, what are all the data which are needed to display the products on Flipkart, those need to store in somewhere. So we are going to have a database. For this, we'll be having one engineer. And then to get the data from database to display to the user, as well as from the user, if you input something, it need to go to the database. There you need to make sure some logic has to be written so that you can able to fetch the data and you can able to input some data. So these things will be happening from the coding part or programming language. Those we are going to call as a developers, like Java, PHP, .NET, or any Perl, any programming languages. Okay, so these are all the programming languages we are having. So for that we have all these engineers, and then QA engineer. So what is the QA engineer? Quality. So a quality engineer, his main work is to make sure whatever the website, whatever the interactions done by these things are working perfectly before you are going to, before that website is going to the market, or before that website is coming to the end users like us. Okay, so like this we are having multiple roles and everything. So all these roles are in current world also, even we are currently following the same thing. But now, what is full stack development? If you have all these things, what is full stack development then? A full stack development is nothing but a person or an engineer is having all all hands of having all hands on each and every technology. Give me 1 minute. Okay, fine. So where users can able to, so here what is happening as a end user, as a programmer or as a person, as an engineer, he's having hands on all technologies. Okay, so so those practical implementations will also come. This is mainly intro section to give clear examples. Okay, so now a person as an engineer can develop a website end to end, means from starting to ending, or without anyone, means a person can do all the implementation parts when creating a website or creating an application. Okay, so what is happening here? As I said, a person or an engineer can able to develop an application from all the technologies. Simple example we'll see. Okay, now simple example, I wanted to develop a website that is called a shopping cart website simply. Okay, I want to develop a shopping cart website, maybe like Flipkart, or it may be like Amazon, it may be like any other shopping carts. So now what we need to do, what we need to do, we need to do a plan for that. What plan we need to do? So how database has to be structured, what are all the database data has to be stored in the database, and then what is the user interface, how my products should be look like, and how many products need to display on the home page. I need to show some banner on the home page, I need to show some of the latest products on the home page and all those things. And then there is a connections between database and the front end. So when you're doing this one, they need to write a coding logic. So all these things, if a engineer doing himself, as an engineer, once you end of the session, you can able to develop, you can able to develop your own application yourself. You don't need to depend upon anyone. Okay, so like this, a full stack developer is going to play a role in the companies. So now we'll get a question. So every company is having all the developers, Java developer, UI developer, all these developers. Why companies look for full stack developers? Yes. Why companies are looking for full stack developers? Okay. So why companies are looking for full stack developer is, first thing, suppose how they, how a application is going to start. So how application is going to start is, let's see, give me 1 minute. So how a application is going to start? First thing, whenever you have a plan to create a simple website called shopping cart website, you wanted to create a shopping cart website. So what is the requirements we need to do? We need to create a design. You need to create, make sure how a website need to look like. So you need to create a look for the website. And then you need to think about what are all the products you need to sell. Products need to sell, and how many products, what are all the details, what is the price and everything. So where we need to store those information. And a connection between products database to look. So these are all the three simple steps. To be frank, these are all the three simple steps. When you're doing these three simple steps, but there is a lot of process will be there. So what is this process? So process is nothing but we need to follow some process. How to create this thing? The first process is you need to create your design. Okay, you need to create your design and how the page look like. You need to make sure those things. After this, all the products need to store in database. So everything you are doing a plan, one by one plan you are doing. So when you are doing this plan, I'll tell you the things. Until unless a design is happen, so look and feel is happen. Look and feel is finalized. No work to the developer. We are then there is no work to UI person, or else designers are separate, UI no work. And then if when the development is starting, so database we need to do. Database is an independent. So we will database will create and will create all the tables and everything. So once that is done, no work to database person. UI means user interface, like what look and feel. Okay. Now after this database is created and development is completed and everything, so developers are going to start development and then finishing the work and everything is done. So once that is everything done, QA will come into picture and he will test application. So once he is testing the application, there is no work to the look and feel person, there is no work to the developer, there is no work to the database engineers. So companies are investing more and more on the employees, but sometimes they'll be free when the development happens. Okay, so now companies thinking like, why I need to invest money when there is no work for the employees? Okay, and then why the company, suppose there is a project which is there for 3 years 4 years project, UI is completed, user interface and look and feel is completed first 4 months. So what 2.5 years he need to do? Because he need to be in the system for 2.5 years, because if something changes happens, who will change it? Again we need a person, we can't hire the person immediately. So what happens? He need to work, he need to be there in the project. So company is investing for next 2.5 years. And for the QA, from the starting of the project till the project is completed, there is no work. Till 2.5 years he don't have any work. Only last 6 months he'll be having work and is doing. So these are all multiple things which are coming to picture when it goes to the companies. QA means software testing. Okay. So all these things taking in consideration, companies are mainly looking for full stack developer. So if a person is a full stack developer, okay, if a person is a full stack developer, what is the thing? He is going to do look and feel things, means like he is going to do UI development. UI design is separate. UI development. Development is like creating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is called web development. Okay. And then he can do his coding part. He can do the database part, and he is the person who is going to do a test cases. Okay. So he is not playing a primary role of QA engineer, but what is going to happen is whenever something code we are writing, or when you are writing some UI look and feel, we are going to create a functional test cases, nothing but a end-to-end test cases, automation test cases. So a test case will run automatically. For that, we need to write the program. Have you ever tried booking IRCTC ticket on your websites on the IRCTC? So, or else, have you ever tried booking a mobile phone or Big Billion Days or something? When you are doing this thing, have you ever searched? There are some plugins created by some developers. Have you ever tried any plugins to book a IRCTC ticket or to buy a phone on Big Billion Days or something? So they're asking you to write some of the, they have written some script and they'll ask you to enter your details and your payment details, your personal details and everything. As soon as 10 o'clock has happened, that script will execute on the IRCTC website without any your interaction. It will automatically fill all the fields and it will go till the payment page. Autofill. So how it is happening? Because developers like us, they are creating this automation script. Those are, we are going to call automation functional test cases. Those functional tests also developers are creating and make sure a person can do everything on a application. So that's reason companies are most mainly looking for the full stack developers so that they can spend less money, as well as it's not like less money, instead of giving spending money to three engineers, the same thing they can take one engineer and they can pay more to one engineer and get the work done for three engineers. Okay, so this is the reason companies also looking for full stack developers. Okay, so we mean the practical demo means what type of demo you are looking for on the FT side or on the functional test side or like this thing. So let's go to the simple thing. Let's go to the flipkart.com itself. See here. Now let's see how this is working as a, so now we are going to, we need to develop a website. Okay, same like this. When you wanted to develop a website same like this, you need to create all these things. You need to create a design first. And if you see here, you are entering something here. When you are entering something, what is happening? Suppose you wanted to purchase some mobiles. When you click on Samsung, what is trying to do? It is connecting to the database and trying to fetch some information. Okay, it is trying to fetch some information from the database and all the information is displayed on the Facebook. Okay, all the information is showing on the Facebook. Can you see my screen, everyone? I'm just showing the Flipkart website, nothing more than that. Okay, all the information is showed on the website. So how this information is stored, showing on the website. So I'll show you a couple of things over here to understand how it is showing. So have you ever tried, when you click on the right click and you can see there is a inspect button over, inspect link over here. Okay, if you see inspect link over here, you can see multiple tabs over here. Okay, you can see multiple tabs over here. So here you can see what are the tabs and why those things works. Okay, so if you refresh this thing, okay, you can see a network tab. What network tab happens is like, or else let me show you one thing from the starting. So I have this simple website. As of now, I have a couple of network tab, nothing is there. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to search for some mobiles. When I click on Samsung, okay, when I click on Samsung, see here, there are some calls happen. Okay, see here, there is a fetch happen. Okay, there is a fetch happen. Like this, there are multiple calls happen. So what these calls are going to do is like, so from the user interface, a call is happening to the program. It may be Java, it may be .NET, or it may be PHP or something. A call will happen to those program, and then what happens? That program will connect to the database and get the information and it send it back to the user interface, so that this user interface again showing the output to us. Okay, again showing the output to us. So that is the reason we can able to see, so here you can see the response. So there are multiple response here, it will be there, so you can able to see all the exam. Okay, this is not static page. This is not a static page. This is all the database connectivities and everything. Okay, so this is the why companies are looking. So as a engineer, a person can able to develop at any part of the website. He can do a development of Java or Node.js or React.js, or he can do some development of HTML, CSS work, or he can able to do the work of what you can say database and everything. Now recent days, so other tabs means all tabs are same. See, other tabs means see here. If you see here elements, this is the HTML view what you are seeing. Those will be whatever look you are seeing here, those things you can able to see here. And if you go to the console, this is just for the developer purpose. If you wanted to log something, if you want to do something, those things will be useful. And this is the audit. So this we are not going to use much, mainly for the performance. How the when a website is loading to the website or mobile application or any device, what is the performance, how much time it is taken, and what are all the things happen, those things, and SEO optimization, those things we can able to see here. And the sources are nothing but how many files are involved to load this website. Those things will be in the sources. And coming to network, what are all the network calls, what are all the calls happen to the server, those things you can see in this one. And performance, so here by using this performance we can able to understand how a website is working. So we are going to use bootstrap. And memory, so in this memory, how the memory, see how much memory is used to load this Flipkart website, and where the memory is stored, and what are all the information it is sending to Flipkart, and what are all the information we are getting from Flipkart, those things. And coming to the application, so here you can see where user cookies and local storage, all the information are stored for the user. Have you ever seen, if you open the google.com or gmail.com or flipkart.com, your username and password, your username is already stored. Once you log in, your username and password will be stored there. So all this information stored here in the local cache and memory. From there you can able to see the information. And the security, so this is like what type of website you are using. So here if you see here, if you click on this thing, you can see connection is secure. What type of website you are going to use, it is secured website or it is non-secured. So why secured and non-secured? You are entering your credit card information. Is that credit card information is encrypted before sending to the server? Why it need to encrypt? You'll get a question, why you need to encrypt, why can't you send directly? Because when you are sending your information from this website to the network call, what happens? Anyone can steal your information. Hackers, that's the reason hackers are coming into picture. Okay, so hackers can able to steal your information if the website is not secure. By using this HTTPS, we will do some encryption certificate. What are all the data you are entering on this website? It will be encrypted, and then through the network call, all the encrypted information will go, so that hackers have very less chances to decrypt this information. Okay, and then these things are Redux and components are propellers. These are coming to React application. If you application is mainly developed with React, those things we can able to see. Okay, so the CSRF, all these tokens we will be seeing one after other when we are going into the in details of the class. Okay, now let's go to the here and see, we have seen why this full stack development is needed, so that you can able to develop your own website. So now how it helps to you in person in this current situation, how it helps to you. Simple example, by this end of this session, by the end of this course, you will be able to create your own application. Do you have an idea with you? Yes. Now you will be in a position to create an application or website without anyone else. You don't need anyone. You are the person, you are the boss. You can create your own application yourself and you can go to the market. It's not only for the companies. You have some very good ideas. See, nowadays you are getting many ideas. People in the markets, if you see in Bangalore or Mumbai, what is startups? What is the startups? They have some idea and they'll be having not more than 10 people. All are full stack developers. What will be doing? They are just trying to implement whatever the idea they're having, and then they are going for the market, and then you can able to survive by saying if you market is whatever the idea you are presenting, that is good idea, it is helping lot of users, so your idea is popular and you will be your own boss. So now if you have an idea with you, what we need to do, you need to invest some amount, invest some time to do all these things, and you need to go for some other friends or freelancers or companies and you need to explain your ideas, and then you need to get build that idea from those people or companies, and then you need to go to the market. But now after these things you can able to do your own application and you can go to the market. Okay, this way it helps not only in the career wise as well as in your personal way also, you can do your own ideas. Okay, this is all about the introduction, and then let's go to the topics. What topics we are going to cover as part of this full stack development? Okay, I'm giving the basic things, and once we go to the in-depth we'll see all these things. Okay, so as I said, full stack development covers mainly three parts: front end, back end, and database. So what is front end? A front end is nothing but front end or user interface. So it's nothing but the look and feel which you are seeing on a application, or the data you are seeing where you are inputting some data. All this information, it comes to the front end is nothing but a experience which you are creating to showcase something. First thing here, what is HTML? HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. What is this? It's just nothing but a web page. Okay, so how a web page is going to display? Simple example, if you see this Flipkart website, so we have multiple things over here. Okay, this is totally a web page. So here you can see there is a image over here where image has to present. There is a input box, search box, where input box need to present, where this button need to present, and how the images, how these things. So all these things are going to be alignment on a HTML web page. So to align these things, HTML comes into picture. So by using this HTML, you can create a web page with clean alignment with different things like image, search box, all these buttons and everything. Okay. And next, coming to CSS. What is CSS? What is CSS? CSS is nothing but how your cascading style sheet, how you are attractively displaying all the elements, all the images, text box and everything on a HTML page. So how attractively? See here, you have some Flipkart image, you have a search box, okay, and as well as you have some button. In the button you have white background and some colors on it. And then when you mouse over, how these applications are designing and how the different colors are coming to different text, and then how images are displayed, and how this one after other data is images are aligned perfectly. Okay, so all these things will be handled by CSS. Okay, and then what is JavaScript? JavaScript is nothing but if you wanted to change something on this HTML page, or if you wanted to do some network calls or everything, so we are going to use JavaScript. JavaScript is mainly used to have some programs on the client side. If you want to do some modifications on this browser on the client side or the browser, as well as if you want to do some of the network calls and everything, okay, all these things will happen by using JavaScript. So by using this JavaScript, HTML, CSS, you can create, okay, you can create a clear static website. So by using the static website, it's just static, you don't need to do any other stuff. This is normally we are going to call as a web development also. So we are not just going to learn web development, we are going to learn full stack development. Okay, web development will be only with HTML, CSS, JavaScript and some of the frameworks like using Ajax and then using some of the React and all these things. Okay, and next, what is the backend? Okay, so backend is nothing but a program or a server where a request can be handled. What are all the requests are coming to this website, how these requests are handling, getting back the response and everything. Okay, in this full stack development course, we are going to learn mainly Node.js, okay, Node.js, and then Express.js, and we have React and Angular, whatever you want, but we are going to learn React.js. Okay, React.js we are going to use for both front end and back end. Okay, so those things we are going to see. So what is this Node.js and Express.js? Okay, Node.js is an server. Okay, what is this server? Suppose as soon as you entered flipkart.com, okay, a request is created. So it will go to the server. Now what server will do? Server takes this request flipkart.com. Okay, some user is trying to hit flipkart.com, so that server will send the information to the user interface. Okay, so that server will send some information to the browser, from which browser you got. So this server is going to handle all the requests which are coming. Okay, as well as by using this Express.js and React.js and everything, we will create a application, we will create some requests and everything, we'll create some one, we have created some UI that will be in the server. So all this information will send back to the browser. So browser will display the information. Now, once browser displays the information, again from browser we'll do some request. Simple example, I am doing some mobile request. I am doing a mobile request. This connection request will go to the server again. So server is a main point of contact here. What are all the requests you are sending? Server will take it and consume it, and then it send back to the information to the. So when the consuming is happening, all the information we can't store in a simple server. So if you have some lakhs of products or some lakhs of users information, you can't keep just in a computer. Okay, we need to have some separate structural way of storing information. Simple example, suppose you want to store some movies or official documents or personal documents, you yourself creating different folders in your application and storing all the information out there, because you wanted to identify them easily. Same way, applications also need to identify the data easily. That's reason we are going to create database, and we are going to create different tables, and then we are getting the information. So now this server Node.js, with the help of Express.js, it will create some connections, it will create some program to get the information from database. So once that information comes, it will do some modifications. We don't need, simple example, I need to show here in this page, I need to show only mobile information, but I'm getting, for this mobile I'll get all the information when I'm getting from the database. So what, I don't want all the information to send it to the UI, so I need only image, mobile, name, and price and rating. So those information only in the program we will modify, and then that we will send it to client side, so that user interface will get this information, and it will store in the, it will showcase to the user. Okay, so like this, a server as well as backend application will do all this business logic, we are going to call it the business logic or programming, and then get the information from the server, and it will display to the user. And as I said, database, why this database is needed? Simply I'm saying, you are having your mobile, you are having your mobile, or you are going to have your laptop or something. Okay, all the things you are going to store in a structured way. If you are not storing you in a structured way, you are just keeping all in desktop, you don't know where the application, suppose you want to find it, you can't find them easily, you need to go each and every line item and see where the application is there. But if you store them in a structured way, you can able to get data faster. If you want to go movies, I'll store in D folder. If you want to have some personal and photos information, I can store in E folder. If you want some any classes, or if you want any documents or thing, I can store in F drive. So that drives you can keep, and in that drive also you will create different type of, I can store Hindi movies, I can store English movies. So again you will create one more folder saying that Hindi movies, English movies, you will store in movies over there. And again if you go that, it's 90s movies, 2000 movies, 2010 movies or something. So that what you are making say there, you are trying to make sure you can search your program or movie in your mobile application or laptop easily. The same way, database also will create multiple table structures and make sure data stored in a structured way, so that you can able to get those information faster. Okay, that's reason we are going to have all these things, database. And then all these things we are going to learn as part of Ustagram, so that you can create your own design. It's not design, you can create own your UI development. So if you have a design, you can just structure that, and you can create user design, user UI development and design, and then you can go to the program, what type of information I need to get from the database, what information I need to store in database, everything you can create yourself. Okay, everything you can create yourself, and you can able to do all your stuff. So that by that what is happening, you are the person developing your own website, as well as you are a person being able to see, go for any company. So now let's go to the why it will be useful for your career. If you learn this full stack development and everything, you, if you proficient in those things, will, all big companies are mainly looking for the full stack developers. They're just not looking for the developers, just they know something, UI or Node or backend or something. So they are looking for the people who are having full expertise on these things, so that they can able to invest less money. Instead of 3 persons money, 2 persons money he can give to one person and get the things done. So that For the company also it is profitable. For us also it is profitable. As well as full stack developers, we have lot of opportunities and companies are looking and there are good salary packages also. Okay, these are all the main reasons people are looking for this. And then if you see this node, React, all these things, and React we are mainly used to create the front end and back end with structured way of displaying all the applications. So if you see in the current market, okay, so the websites which are creating in the current market or the startups are a average medium based companies also. What happening? So they are using all these technologies mainly because it is free of cost. If you go to the Java developer version, that is fine. If you're going to use enterprise version, there is multiple rules and regulations. But coming to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, those are free. Coming to Node and React and all those things, those are free of use. Coming to the database MongoDB, which is free. So these applications, you don't need any application cost. You just need the maintenance cost. Means where you are deploying, which computer you are deploying, those maintenance cost only will happen. Okay. MongoDB is free, but they are giving for the corporates with support, which is paid versions. Okay, so this Oracle is not a free version. Mongo, MySQL, these are all the free versions. You can use them. But if you need a production support, then they'll come into picture. Okay. We are not going to have Firebase here. Okay. So by using this full stack development course, you will be the person, you can create your own application and you'll be getting lot of opportunities from big market gains, and you can able to get jobs easily. And then what you can do, you can develop your own applications. Okay, you can create your own applications. And if you have any good idea yourself, okay, you have any good idea yourself, you can create your applications and you can go to the market. Okay, so this is the full stack developer, a person who is going to be proficient on full front end and back end with database knowledge or database experience. Those guys we are going to call as a full stack developer, so that he can develop an application from end to end. Okay, from end to end. So this is all about basic intro and information related to full stack development. Okay, now let's see you have any questions. Let's try to see. As part of this course, as I said, we are going to learn Node, React, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript on your side, and Node, React, Express our backend side, and MongoDB as a database. React.js is a front-end framework. So, and how the in this front-end framework, how we are going to have the Express and database connections, those things we are going to use. So we are going to, so better thing is Node.js. As of now in the current market, Node.js is the best, because not just because of the Node.js I'm not selling, I'm working. So because you have a lot of plugins, you have a lot of features which are free for use by using Node.js. Okay, those things. So you have any questions? See, if you want to develop a meaningful full stack application, here, see, coming to us, we are not restricting you to develop this application, that application, or yourself. You come and plan. I wanted to develop this type of application. Let's plan that, and we will do the application, and we'll go to the course and we'll start that application yours. You can start application yourself, so that you will be in a position saying that yes, this is my application and this is my idea, I'm developing myself. It's just not like we are giving some application, develop that, like students or something. Okay. Any site means which are only mainly taking web application, any type of web application you can create with Node.js and React and front end and back end. But based on, there will be coming into the scaling, those scaling will increase. Suppose if you see Facebook, Flipkart, or all these things, they have lots of data. So to handle this lots of data, we need to deploy in multiple machines, and we are going to do a scaling like horizontal scaling. So those things we'll see in the further classes when the topic comes. Okay. See, React.js, which is not like which one better, React or Node.js. We both are, these two are, with combination of these two, we can develop a very good application. Node with server side, React is from the front end. Even you can create React application with some other Java, all these things. So combination of Node and React is very good. It's just a framework. It just makes sure a good user interface application on the UI side, as well as to get the backend connections and get the information and do some loading types, those things. By using those things, your application will be much faster. So why React.js? There are many things. So I'll tell you. So we have AngularJS, which came in the starting. After this, React, now Vue.js, and some other JS are coming. So these are all based on JavaScript. JavaScript is the core. So when you're developing, simple example I'll tell you. Okay, so you are, if you want to do something, okay, so if you see the library, what is the library? Where you will get different type of books. Okay, so if you wanted to purchase all these books, maybe if you are super rich, then you can able to purchase in your college or something. So library, so these are all like libraries and frameworks. So what happens is like JavaScript is a core. So we are all developers. So when we are developing an application, okay, if you develop and each and everything with core JavaScript, we can develop, but that involves much cost, much much cost, many engineers and everything. But engineers like us, whenever they have some ideas, they are just creating some simple libraries and publishing to the world for free, so that we can use them. So those are libraries. The frameworks are nothing but, they are a way how to implement new way to the application. Okay, so those things, while we are coming to React.js, we'll see how this React.js framework is came into picture and how it working. Okay. See that there are different versions of Angular. So Angular, in the starting, they came up with one concept, but after this, when React came, they also upgraded themselves and they are releasing versions Angular 1, and then 2. 6, 8, 9, like this. They are coming with different. Okay. React and Node are used together. This performance with the Node.js and everything we'll see once we came to Node.js. We'll see we need to give, I'll provide some examples and I'll tell those things. The REST APIs are nothing but representational state transfer. Okay, so just nothing but, as I showed you, correct. If you go to the network tab, when you're doing some request, so what happens? It will send. It is trying to connect to the server, and it will ask the server some information. So we are trying to send some data to the server and trying to get them information from the server. So when you're doing these things, okay, how the transfer is happening, how the data is happening. You're doing a post request, you're going to do a put request, or you're going to do a get request. Based on the different representational states, how the information is going and sending back, getting back all this information. So this regarding this REST APIs will be seeing in Node.js and Express.js class. Okay. Any more questions? Fine then. So this is all about basic introduction regarding the full stack development, and from next class onwards we are going to have a interactive sessions, so that this is just an intro, so we are not able to present much thing, but from the next class is going to be interactive. So I am going to write the code, I am going to show how the information having, how the development is happening. The response is like REST and SOAP are two different approaches. SOAP is mainly XML based and REST is mainly JSON based. And the state transfer is with different methods like get, post, put, all these things. In SOAP, there is only one way. So how many days course and everything, Board Infinity team will give you the clear information, how many classes and everything, those things you will be able to see. Not, we are not going to use NetBeans IDE, we are going to use Visual Source Code IDE. Okay, fine then. So from tomorrow onwards, not tomorrow, VA team will inform the next session. So from there, we are going to start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and there I'm going to explain. I'm not just explaining the concepts. I'm going to showcase the things, and I'll write the program and I'll show you. And then you need to implement, and I'm going to give some exercise every day. Based on this, you need to implement those things and you need to come up with the solution. Okay. So regarding these classes and everything, VA team will be coordinating with you all the details. Okay. Fine then. Good night, guys. Have a great day. Bye.